Hello learners, I'm Akash. I completed my BTech from NIT Rourkela in the year 2020. Currently, I'm a mathematics teacher. Now let us see how to solve this given question. Here we need to find out two positive integers whose sum is 16 and the sum of whose squares is minimum. Okay. Now let us see how to do that. We need to find out two positive integers. Okay. How I'm going to start is I'm going to take one integer as let one positive integer be x. Okay, then what will be the other positive integer? It will be 16 minus x. It will be 16 minus x. Okay, you can just see what is x plus 16 minus x cancel, 16 is left. So the sum of these two positive integers is 16. So my the thing which I took is correct, that one positive integer be x and other positive integer be 16 minus x. Understand the question, guys. No need to mug up. But you don't have to remember. Just understand, see the logic in which it's going. I chose two positive integers. Now next. And sum of whose squares is minimum. Minimum we'll see next. We need to first see sum of whose squares. Sum of squares of what? Sum of squares. Okay, that means first we have to square the two positive integers and add them. Okay, that means first I'm going to take s as the sum of squares of the two positive numbers. Let s be the sum of squares of two numbers. That is what they're asking. Sum of squares of two numbers plus sum of squares of two numbers. Okay, chalo. And s has to be minimized. They told that this has to be minimum. Sum of squares should be minimum. S has to be minimized. How? That we will see slowly. Okay, now s is nothing but x square plus 16 minus x whole square. S is nothing but x square plus 16 minus x whole square, because it is sum of squares, right? Square of this number plus square of this number. So x square plus 16 minus x whole square. See, there is a proper logic, guys. No need to mug up anywhere. Now next, what they're asking us to find out, to make sure that the integers are, we have to find out two positive integers whose sum of squares is minimum. That means the s is minimum. S is minimum. See guys, remember, whenever they'll ask something like minimum, maximum and all that, now you have to find out, you have to differentiate the given thing, whatever they have asked. They asked us to find minimize s, so we have to differentiate s with respect to x, differentiate s with respect to x. Okay, and also again differentiate it so that we can check whether it is maximum or minimum. Fine, chalo. Differentiate both sides with respect to x, so that we'll get ds by dx. Okay, now ds by dx is nothing but, listen to me carefully, this step is important, derivative of x square plus derivative of 16 minus x whole square. Okay, derivative of x square plus derivative of 16 minus x whole square. Okay, now listen carefully. Derivative of x square is what? Pretty simple. It is 2x. Okay, that you know. But what is derivative of 16 minus x whole square? See, this is something like x square. If you will see, this is of the form x square, something to the power 2. Okay, so this one's derivative is also 2x, but in place of x I have, listen carefully. Here something known as chain rule will come into picture. This one's derivative is 2 into 16 minus x. That is fixed because this is, I told, right? This is like x square. So 2x, in place of x I have 16 minus x. So that's it. But as per chain rule, we will get into derivative of 16 minus x into derivative of d by dx of 16 minus x. Okay, now what is derivative of 16? 0. Derivative of a constant is 0 and derivative of minus x is minus 1. Okay, so that's why 2 into 16 minus x into minus 1, this one's derivative is. I hope it is clear, because I don't want you to memorize. Why did the, in the text, if you'll see in any guide, you might see this minus 1 is there. Now how did this minus 1 come? I want you to understand. Chalo. Now basics, bring the minus to the beginning. So 2x minus 2 into 16 minus x. So minus 2 into 16 is minus 32. Minus 2 into minus x is plus 2x. So 2x minus 32 plus 2x. 2x plus 2x is 2x plus 2x plus is 4x. So 4x minus 32. ds by dx is 4x minus 32. Fine. So basically our ds by dx is 4x minus 32. Mark it as equation 2. Fine. Achha, I forgot to say, mark this as equation 1, s as mark it as equation 1. Okay. Now I got ds by dx. Fine. Again, now we have to differentiate this again and find out d square s by dx square. Now why, I'll tell you at the end. I mean, when the actual thing comes up, actual concept, I'll tell you a little. We have to differentiate this again, this equation again, we have to differentiate with respect to x. Differentiate both sides with respect to x. Now d by dx of ds by dx is nothing but, now see, 4 into derivative of x minus derivative of 32, because you see 4 is a constant, I can keep it outside of the derivative. Okay, 4 is a constant, I can keep it outside of the derivative. So that is why 4 into derivative of x minus derivative of 32. Okay, now derivative of x is 1. So 4 into 1 is 4. Okay, minus derivative of 32 is derivative of any constant is 0. So derivative of 32 is also 0. Now LHS, if you'll see, d by dx of ds by dx, d by dx of ds by dx is nothing but d square s by dx square. Okay, d square s by dx square. Okay, this is nothing but, as I mentioned, 4 into 1 is 4. Mark it as equation 3. Fine. Now for maximum or minimum, okay, for maximum or minimum, how will we get that point at which, s is maximum or minimum? For that we need to do ds by dx equal to 0 anytime, maximum or minimum. Here they are asking us to minimize, so for s to be minimum, ds by dx should be equal to 0. What is our ds by dx? 4x minus 32. So 4x minus 32 equal to 0. Now basic simplification, send 32 to the RHS, 4x equal to 32, x will be 32 by 4, which is nothing but equal to 8. Okay, fine. So x is 8. So basically whenever we'll equate ds by dx equal to 0, okay, we'll get something known as a point like x equal to 8 we got. This is called as a stationary point of first equation. We take it as stationary point of 1. In the beginning I marked the first equation as 1, right? You can just write it like that. Okay, we call it as a stationary point. Now we have to check whether this is maximum or minimum. Now how to check? Okay, for maximum, to check whether this stationary point, whether we have maximum or minimum, what we'll do is we will check d square s by dx square. If d square s by dx square is positive, then this point is minimum. If it is negative, then this point is maximum. Okay, now if you'll see, d square s by dx square is 4. It is always positive. So for x equal to 8 also this is positive. So that's why s is minimum at x equal to 8. Okay, I'll just give a recap, guys, don't worry. So for one positive integer is 8, another positive integer is 16 minus x, which is 16 minus 8, which is nothing but 8. Therefore the two positive integers are 8 and 8. You remember one positive integer I took as x, other positive integer is 16 minus x, which is 16 minus 8, which is 8. Therefore the two positive integers are 8 and 8. Let's do a short recap, very quick recap of how exactly it happened. To see, basically I took the first integer as x, other integer 16 minus x. They are asking us to minimize sum of squares, that means x square plus 16 minus x whole square, which I took it as x, that I need to minimize. To minimize something like this, minimum or maximum comes first, we have to find out ds by dx. I found it out. Then also need to find out the double derivative, that means d square s by dx square, to check whether it will be maximum or minimum. Next, now this we got. Now now how to find out the point at which I'll get maximum or minimum. For here they are asked minimum. So for s to be minimum, ds by dx equated to 0, you will get a point for x. Now at this point, this we call it as a stationary point, and whether the stationary point whether it is maximum or minimum or some other case, like how to decide, we are going to check d square s by dx square, and we got it as positive. Since it is positive, at this point our s will be minimum. Okay, if it would have been negative, then at this point s would have been maximum. Okay, so s is minimum at x equal to 8. So one positive integer is x, which is 8, and other positive integer is 16 minus x, which is 16 minus 8, which is equal to 8. Okay, and ultimately the two positive integers are 8 and 8. Okay, so thank you very much, guys, for staying with me up till now. Let's take a short break. Okay, it's not exactly a break, I mean the question is done. Okay, I wanted to share something. It's about the importance of a mentor, a guide in our own lives. మన జీవితంలో ఎవరో ఒకరు మార్గదర్శకులు ఉండాలి మనకు. ఎటు వెళ్ళాలి, ఎలా వెళ్ళాలి అన్న మార్గాన్ని చూపించడానికి మనకు ఎవరో ఒకరు కావాలి. We need someone like that in our lives. Sachin Tendulkar had such a person in his life. His coach, Ramakant Achrekar ji. Likewise, Milkha Singh also had some people who helped him, who told him. He also had coaches. Likewise, Mary Kom, boxer, right? She also had a coach. Basically, now whenever you will have a coach, the coach will guide. The guide will tell you whether you are going in the direction, right direction or not. మీరు సరిగ్గా వెళ్తున్నారా లేదా, మీరు టైం పాస్ చేస్తుంటే మిమ్మల్ని ఆపి మీరు తప్పుదారిలో వెళ్తున్నారని చెప్తారు. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ రియలీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ టు హ్యావ్ సమ్వన్ హూ కెన్ help us, who can guide us. Okay, always have such a mentor, guys. Like, it could be your teacher. I always recommend have good relation with at least one teacher who, and report everything to the teacher. అంటే మొత్తం చెప్పండి, సార్ నేను ఈ సబ్జెక్ట్లో ఎలా ఉన్నాను, ఇక్కడ ఎలా ఉన్నాను, ఇక్కడ ఎలా ఉన్నాను, ముందుకు వెళ్ళాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి, ప్రశ్నలు అడగండి అండ్ టేక్ గైడెన్స్ అండ్ ఫాలో ఇట్ అండ్ రిపోర్ట్. సార్ మీరు నాకు ఇది చెప్పారు, నేను ఇంతవరకు వేసాను, 70% అయింది, ఇంకా 30%. అలానే హ్యావ్ రిలేషన్షిప్ అండ్ టేక్ గైడెన్స్, బికాస్ దోస్ ఆర్ ఎల్డర్ టు అస్, వాళ్ళకి తెలుసు అనమాట మనం ఏమేమి, వాళ్ళు మన స్టేజ్ నుంచి వెళ్ళారు, దే నో వాట్ నీడ్స్ టు బి డన్. సో ఇట్స్ మై సిన్సియర్ రిక్వెస్ట్, హ్యావ్ సమ్ వన్ యాజ్ యువర్ guide or mentor. Okay, in case if you feel like okay, you need help from me, I'm not that expert to be a guide or a mentor, but still if you feel you can take my help, you can join my WhatsApp group. You can just comment, I'll give you the link to my WhatsApp group, or you can go to my channel homepage. You'll see a video like free intermax class, something like that. In that description also you will find the link to my WhatsApp group. But it is important, have a mentor who will guide you. It could be your parent also. Okay, thank you.